Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9 p.m. English News Edition brought to you live from RTD channel. And tonight, as headlines, you have French President Emmanuel Macron praised the personal commitment of President Ismail Omar Guelleh in promoting regional stability and security, reaffirming strong bilateral ties between the two countries. Journalists in Djibouti are being trained on the media coverage of climate change in a workshop aimed at strengthening professional and scientific reporting on environmental issues. President Donald Trump has extended the ceasefire with Iran, while Tehran has set conditions for any return to negotiations. Those were the top stories, and welcome back in our newsroom. We begin tonight's news with a message of congratulations from the French president. French President Emmanuel Macron has praised the personal commitment of Djiboutian President Ismail Omar Guelleh to regional stability and security. In a message sent on Tuesday evening, the French head of state congratulated President Guelleh on his re-election, extending his warmest congratulations and best wishes for success in his new term. President Macron has highlighted the strong ties between France and Djibouti, reaffirming France's commitment to what he described as a relationship of friendship and trust between the two countries. He welcomed the recent renewal of a defense cooperation treaty, which entered into force last year, saying it is an important step in strengthening the strategic partnership between France and Djibouti. And against a backdrop of regional tensions, Emmanuel Macron reaffirmed France's commitment to work closely with Djibouti to promote peace and security. The message reflects both countries' shared view on current security challenges and their commitment to further strengthen an already close partnership. And we continue tonight's news with a major step forward for scientific research in Djibouti. Under the leadership of the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohamed Ahmed, and in line with the Vision 2035 led by President Ismail Omar Guelleh, the Djibouti Center for Studies and Research, known as CERT, has reached a new milestone. The institution has organized a strategic workshop to present its roadmap for the 2026-2035 period with a clear ambition to modernize and revitalize scientific research in support of national development. The session was opened by CERT Director General Dr. Jaluddin Mohammed, followed by remarks from the Director of Agriculture, Mukhtar Mahmoud, before the surprising minister led the discussion. The workshop brought together a wide range of stakeholders, including government, ministries, national institutions, technical partners, the University of Djibouti, the University Hospital, and funding organizations, demonstrating a shared commitment to strengthening the country's research system. At the core of the discussion was built around the key priorities: modernizing institutional framework, improving governance, promoting scientific excellence, and expanding partnership both nationally and internationally. Speaking at the workshop, CERT Director General Dr. Jalaluddin Mohammed highlighted the importance of such initiative. He noted that throughout human history, science has been an integral part of major transformations from the Industrial Revolution to today's era, marked by rapid advances in fields such as artificial intelligence and modern technologies. He stressed that science has now become a fundamental pillar of human life and a key driver of economic and social development across societies. Dr. Jalaluddin Mohammed also highlighted that the world is currently facing increasingly complex global challenges affecting all forms of life, including biodiversity and human populations. In this context, he emphasized the growing importance of strong collaboration between scientists, research outcomes, and development partners. He concluded by underlining that such cooperation is very important to ensure informed decision making based on reliable data and scientific evidence. For his part, the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed Ahmed, highlighted the ministry's strong commitment to advancing scientific research. He emphasized the importance of strengthening both national and international partnership, supporting scientific efforts and promoting innovation and entrepreneurship, particularly by creating an environment that supports startups. The minister noted that ongoing discussion will help reshape and adapt Djibouti visions for scientific research in light of the major transformation taking place around the world. He recalled that in the past question were raised about the relevance of scientific research in Djibouti given the limited number of researchers and the possibility of relying on partnership with major international institutions. We now turn to Dakhil region where a community development center initiative has been inaugurated in the locality of Asaila. A ceremony was held to mark the reopening of the Asaila Community Development Center, which has been fully renovated and equipped with modern facilities. The upgraded center is designed to meet the needs expressed by local residents, providing a space dedicated to community sector and development. The event was chaired by the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hiwa Mumin Asoué, in the presence of regional authorities, including the Prefect of Dakhil, Hassan Abdi, the President of the Regional Council, Mahad Hussein, members of Parliament, senior officials from the ministries, local elected representatives, as well as a large number of community members. This renovation, let's recall, reflects the ministry's ongoing commitment to strengthening local infrastructure and creating inclusive spaces for young people and the wider community. The center will support personal development, vocational training, and socio-economic integration, while also promoting cultural and social activities in the Dakhil region. Let's bear in mind that this renovation undermines the ministry's ongoing efforts and support to the Community Development Center. Taking the floor, the prefect of Dakhil region, Hassan Abdi Roble, said that the rehabilitation of Asaila Community Development Center represents a major response to the needs expressed by local residents. He emphasized that the renovated facility will provide an important space for youth and the community supporting training opportunities, social integration, and local development initiative. He also welcomed the effort made by the Ministry of Youth and Culture to strengthen local infrastructure and promote inclusive access to cultural, social, and economic activities across the whole region. In her speech, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hiwa Mumin Asoué, emphasized the strategic importance of community development centers as a key local infrastructure and essential tools for youth empowerment, social cohesion, and national unity. She did not fail to express her satisfaction at the reopening of the Asaila Community Development Center, noting that the move was warmly welcomed by young people who had long been waiting for its return to service. The minister also praised the vision of President Ismail Omar Guelleh, who places strong priority on social and economic inclusion as well as youth empowerment. We now move to a three-day training workshop on media coverage of climate change issue held in Sheraton Hotel in Djibouti. The workshop, which opened yesterday at the Sheraton Hotel, brings together journalists from print, broadcast, and online media. It is organized by the Francophone Press Union of Djibouti in partnership with the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development and with the support from the United Nations Development Program. The training aims to strengthen journalists' capacity and to professionally and effectively cover climate change issues, especially as environmental vulnerability continues to increase in the country. The speaker at the event stressed the importance of continuous training for journalists in environmental reporting and the need to provide them with scientific tools and climate data in order to ensure more accurate and objective coverage. Let's recall that the workshop also seeks to put in place a network of specialized environmental journalists in order to reinforce the role of the media in promoting environmental awareness and supporting national policies on climate adaptation and mitigation. In his remarks, the president of the Francophone Press Union of Djibouti, Kennedy Ibrahim, emphasized that the responsibility placed on journalists to provide accurate and reliable information while also countering misinformation related to environmental issues. He stressed the importance of developing a scientific and responsible media coverage that matches the scale of today's climate challenges. He also highlighted the significance of such initiative in a country considered among the most vulnerable to climate change, calling for stronger effort to equip media professionals with the necessary scientific tools and knowledge. This, he said, will enable more accurate and in-depth coverage of environmental issues. For his part, the Secretary General for the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development, Dini Abdullah Omar, highlighted the scale of the climate challenges facing the country, stressing the need for an integrated approach based on adaptation, alignment with the national policies, and strengthening coordination among all environmental stakeholders. He did not fail to recall that climate change is a major global challenge, mainly driven by the increase of greenhouse gas concentrations of human origin. Scientific observation, he noted, confirm a rise in global temperature, an increase in sea levels, and a growing frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. He also pointed out that international climate governance mechanism aims to limit global warming and strengthen adaptation capacities. The Ministry of Environment, he added, plays a central role in coordinating public policies on climate change and sustainable natural resource management. And still with the national news, Djibouti continued to implement its education transformation strategy under the leadership of President Ismail Omar Guelleh. Over the years, this presidential vision has placed the education sector at the heart of broader national development project aiming to build a knowledge-based society driven by skills, innovation, and growth. Within this framework, ongoing workshops are being held at the National Teacher Training Center as part of the 2021-2025 Education and Training Action Plan, as well as the strategic review of the upcoming 2026-2030 roadmap. This session brings together sector ministries, social partners, civil society organization, and all departments of the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training. After an initial day dedicated to the organization and launch of a thematic workshop, the second day focused on in-depth presentation of funding from a various workshop group. This cover key levels and areas of education system, including preschool, primary, lower and upper secondary education, vocational training, and sector governance. This morning began with the presentations from the first two workshops, followed by a discussion among participants, allowing for clarification of key points, exchange of experience, and the formulation of practical recommendations. And sport news now, the Djibouti Karate and associated martial art federations organized a group training session at the gymnasium of Lycée Kessel. The event brought together numerous karate practitioners from different clubs across the capital who gathered to share their spirit and camaraderie. From the outset, the session was marked by energy and discipline. Participants trained in groups, performing basic techniques, practicing karate sequences, and taking part in simulated combat scenarios, all under the supervision of coaches. And beyond the technical aspect, the training aims to reinforce ties between club harmonize practices and reinforce a sense of unity within the karate community. The initiative is part of the Federation Development Strategy, which seeks to promote a structured, accessible, and value-based approach to karate. Respect, discipline, and solidarity were at the heart of the gathering, reflecting the core principle of the martial art. Organizers described the session as a strong success, highlighting the commitment of practitioners and the shared ambition to further develop karate in Djibouti. The high level of participation also reflects the growing interest in the sport, particularly among young people, as well as the willingness of clubs to work together in order to raise a technical standard and strengthen the federation's momentum. And through this initiative, the Djibouti Karate and Associated Martial Art Federation reaffirms its commitment to the development and promotion of karate. And on new regional level, Bashir Dar in Ethiopia is hosting the third annual conference of the BRICS Think Tank Council on April 22, 23, 2026, organized by the Institute of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia in partnership with Bahar Dar University under the theme Perspective of BRICS and Ethiopia's Priorities. The high-level meeting brings together policymakers, experts, and academics to discuss key strategic issues within the BRICS framework while highlighting Ethiopia's growing international role. Discussion focused on major topics such as climate leadership, artificial intelligence, trade, and investment. And on the international front now, President Donald Trump has extended the ceasefire with Iran on the 15th day of the truce, pending a proposal from Tehran and continued negotiations. The U.S. Has maintained its military blockade and high alert status while citing internal divisions in Iran and mediation efforts involving Pakistan. Iranian officials rejected the extension, calling it meaningless and warned that continued pressure could trigger a military response while insisting that any talks require an end to U.S. pressure. So that's it for tonight news. Thanks for being with us and stay tuned for more program on our TV channel.